In a bold and really belligerent move, Iran just parked 2 naval ships off the coast of Yemen as Saudi Arabia continues to target rebels in that country. Now, Iran objects to Saudi's involvement, and while the U.S. is still maintaining support, it's so interesting because, Jesse, I want to know, we're still in the midst of this nuclear deal. Yes. Iran still sponsoring terrorism throughout the region, and now this latest move. Why are they this belligerent? Why are they this enabled? Why aren't they intimidated? I
think the Iranians are definitely trying to flex their muscle, and they're trying to show us that they're not intimidated by a thing we do. And essentially, though, we've got 2 aircraft carriers and a naval warship sitting right off the coast. So right now, I'm sure the Navy and the Marines are looking over at the Iranians and probably using some expressive gestures with their fingers.
Well, all right. By the way, guys, we do have a brand new panel in, and I did not introduce everyone. The audience knows Jessie Jane Duff. The audience better know Todd Starnes, of course. Cheri Jacobus, first time with us. We appreciate it.
Thanks.
And my man, he was here last night. You going to be a regular?
Yeah, why not?
All right, there you go, Doug Burns.
Nice.
All right, now here we go, Todd. I think it's an interesting move considering that so far from what I've seen, public opinion on this Iranian nuclear deal is really negatively high. People in America, A, they would like to know more about it, B, they're suspicious of it, and yet they're still flexing their muscles. What's the deal?
Well, the entire region is a powder keg. I mean, this is like smoking a cigarette in a fireworks factory over there. And you got the Obama administration. They seem to be the only people on the planet that don't get it. Yeah, I mean, they're the ones smoking. Look, this is a very, very dangerous situation. Now you have the Iranians saying that the Obama administration is not being honest about the plan that they've worked out, the deal they've worked out. You've got all these folks over there shouting in the streets, "Death to America." And again, the president of the White House there saying, "Oh, that's not a big deal. They're just making kind of like goo-goo eyes at us." So
Cheri, you know, you've been involved with politics for a very long period of time. Are we at the stage now with the Obama administration where public opinion completely does not matter? Whatever the president's trying to achieve, he will achieve it, or at least, you know, go for it, no matter what the public says.
We don't really know what he's trying to achieve, and I think.
I mean, but he must know.
He must know, but, you know, Dick Cheney finally said the one thing that everybody's thinking, is this guy trying to ruin America? Is he trying to hurt this country? He finally said it out loud, so now I guess we can all say it out loud and not be called crazy. Look, everything this president's been doing is he's giving the impression that we're weak. Therefore, we must be weak. The Iranians are not afraid of us. They don't respect us. They don't fear us at all. And one of the ways that you get peace, we found this through Reagan, people have to fear you and they have to respect you. You have to have those 2 things. We don't have that. And we're giving it away in these sanctions, so they're going to be further emboldened. They're going to have more money to be more aggressive in other areas.
And by the way, once these sanctions come off, I don't care what the president says, it's going to be real tough to put them back on with these Europeans out there who are chomping at the bit to get into Iran and sell them toothpaste and everything else and get the oil. They're going to be really loath to go the other way no matter how ignorant Iran gets. And I'm sure, Doug, with you, the arbiter of sanity is Dick Cheney. So when those comments were out, you said, right on, my man.
To some extent. I mean, look, there's a lot of legitimate criticisms about what went on with negotiating that deal, that we were, you know, operating from weakness, taking off the sanctions, as you said, which was a bad move. And I think the criticism is legitimate. The other problem with this president, I don't think it's unfair to say that he has his eye really on the ball of his legacy. What is he going to be doing when he leaves office? I know that may sound a little harsh, but I think it's true.
So, but what are you inferring, rather, that, you know, he was always a global president in his mind. Right. You go around the world, you give $250,000 speeches, you set up these foundations, and you heal the world that way.
Yeah, I mean, look.
Well, you make a couple billion.
My thinking is really colored because it's funny you read my mind. I just read the book, The $1.4 Billion Man. Seriously, I read another book, Presidential Perks Gone Royal. And the point you were making, even though it's ancillary, is if you read these books and you see the kind of money that is spent, I mean, and the lifestyle, it makes it, in my opinion, virtually impossible to interact with the real world.
I want to ask, though, now, this is becoming a dangerous game of chicken. You have these ships, they get close to each other, beyond the gestures, something happens, a spark.
Yes, that's all it's going to take.
Yeah, I mean, tell us about that.
Well, essentially right now, the U.S. is very much involved, and I don't think the American people realize how much. We're refueling the Saudis as they do their airstrikes. We are supporting the Saudi government, and we're sending weapons on over there. We have 12 Americans that are deeply engaged in the activities that the Saudis are doing to attack these Houthi rebels. Meanwhile, we've got these warships that are off of the coast that are literally side by side. So it's not going to take much for there to be an international incident, and like was said, it's a keg getting ready to blow up.